What happens when three independent perspectives appear to capture the same moment from different locations? What happens when an image that has been viewed by millions of people for years begins to reveal details that only become visible? When time is slowed down and examined frame by frame, what follows is not presented as a definitive conclusion. It is presented as a visual examination of three independent recordings of the same event, allowing the images to be compared side by side. The first brushstroke begins near the base of the World Trade Center towers. A camera records the second impact from a close perspective. While attention is focused on the aircraft and the explosion, slow-motion playback allows a closer examination of multiple elements moving around the impact area. Among them, one appears to stand out because of its apparent speed and direction of movement. The second brushstroke comes from the east. A different camera, operated by another person from another location, records the same moment. When the recordings are synchronized, an element appears to share visual characteristics and a trajectory that may be consistent with what is observed in the first recording. The third brushstroke comes from the south. From a considerable distance, another camera records the same event. When all three recordings are synchronized, they provide an opportunity to compare timing, trajectories, and positions from three completely different viewpoints. Three observers, three perspectives. One moment. An evident secret is not always an answer. Sometimes it is a question that remains in plain sight, waiting to be observed more carefully. For years, these images have been part of the historical record and have been viewed by millions of people. This project proposes returning to them with a simple but powerful approach. Observe without haste, slow down time, synchronize perspectives, examine each frame carefully. What you have seen is an invitation to observe, compare, and reflect. The purpose is not to tell the audience what to believe. The purpose is to encourage careful observation, thoughtful analysis, and open inquiry. Every viewer has the right to examine the material and form their own conclusions, because every meaningful investigation begins when someone decides to look again. Perhaps the answers are not hidden. Perhaps they have always been there, waiting for three brushstrokes to reveal a more complete picture of the same moment. Awareness. Observe, analyze, question.